let's have a look at the PS5. It won't be a young gamer's point of view on it. It's an old, bold bloke that's basically having a beer, saying, let's have a look at the PS5. Cheers. How are we all doing? How are we doing? So, welcome to Big Bold Reviews. A little bit of a different one this. Usually I'm reviewing perfect draft kegs. Or this little beauty here, the machine itself. So that's generally what my videos have been about so far. Starting a little bit of a different trend because I'm going to review the odd thing and have a pint with it. My kind of thinking behind that is, you're probably most honest when you're down the pub with your mates. So, to kick this off, I thought, what's nobody reviewed yet? What has nobody on YouTube given a good, honest review of? And I thought, the PS5, you know. Hardly any reviews out there about that. So I thought, let's have a pint and review the PS5. I have been fortunate enough to get one, so let's give it a review. Some of you might think, what's that guy gonna know about a PS5? Well, let me tell you this. Let's have a sup first. On the Goose Midway, very nice. So does this guy know anything about computer games? Well, I've got a history, yeah. I've got a history. This is what it is. I was thinking the other day, where did it all begin? So this is my journey through the console and computer landscape. If you have a journey through a landscape. So this was my journey. This was my journey from a little toddler, probably about that big, can't see that, hands out the screen. A little toddler through to my teenage years, to a man, a bold bloke, me. This is what I had. First computer, 1982, 48K ZX Spectrum, followed by the 128 in 1985, followed by the Plus 2 a year later in 86. Then the first console came along, the Master System, and that was in 1986. So first off, that was the first console I had. Loved it. When I was a boy, it was always about, you know, are you a Sega person? Sega or Sega? Are you a Sega person? Are you a Nintendo person? I was always on the Sega front. Crucify me if you like, but I was a Sega guy. Then 1988, I would actually say, was my favourite year in terms of the console. That was when the Mega Drive came out. And I can safely say, from that point onwards, I have never smiled so much at opening a console in my life. Although, is that the case now? It came with Altered Beast, and I'll never forget the sound, you know, rise from your grave. Yeah, that. Blew me away. Blew me away. It didn't take a lot to blow me away. But back then, that was special. So when the Mega CD came out in 92, I'd had my deposit down. In fact, I remember it well. I think it cost me about 350 quid. A lot of money back then, a lot of money now. And I actually gave my receipt for that console to my brother. And he probably remembers this as well. I said, go down to Dixon's and get my console for me. So he had my receipt in his wallet. He went downtown. He left his wallet on top of his car and drove off. Honestly, the wallet fell off the roof of his car. A bloke on the pavement waves him down. Yeah? You've dropped your wallet, mate. I mean, I don't care about my brother's wallet, but it had what was my Mega CD in there. Anyway, because that chap was honest, I did get hold of the Mega CD. Again, it was special. Sonic CD, loved it. Brilliant little game. Brilliant little game. I was one looking forward to all the, you know, full motion video, Sewer Shark, Night Trap. Yeah, those games, when I saw them advertised at the time, was just like something else. It really was. I would say the full motion video on that console was a bit of a letdown, just because obviously the number of colours it could handle, it just wasn't up to much. But still, at the time, loved it. Then I think it was about a year later, I got the Amiga 1200. Brilliant advert, sold me again. I did used to get easily sold to because of the adverts. It was Lemmings, I think, on the advert. Sunshine on a rainy day. What a tune for that advert. And I thought, actually, I could sell that to my mum because it was a computer. It's going to help me with my schoolwork. So, I need that. I then remember swapping my Mega Drive and Mega CD. And this is probably one of the worst mistakes I've made in my computer console history. I went to a second-hand shop and I swapped the Mega CD and Mega Drive for an Amiga CD32. I wanted 32-bit gaming. It was all about your bits. And that's what I got. That was my first introduction into 32-bit gaming. Can't remember one game that I played on that. Not one. So then I had a PC, a 486, something like that. Then the PlayStation journey began. So I think it was actually released in 94, but in 95 I got the PlayStation, the first PlayStation. Then I think it was probably 2001, maybe even 2002, when I got the PlayStation 2. Stuff like university relationships and stuff got in the way, and basically I didn't get the PlayStation 3. So it wasn't until, I think, 2014, so big old gap in my gaming abilities and just gaming. So I think I was way after the release, but it was kind of like 2017, something like that, I got the PS4. But the difference I obviously noticed at that point, from the PS2 to the PS4, in that many years, I'd missed out on some gaming. And now we're up to 2020, what a year. I thought, gonna treat myself to a PS5, and got one. Lucky enough to do it. But that's the journey. But you might be asking yourself, well, is the kid any good at gaming? Well, in between all that, yes, I am a championship gamer. This is a trophy that I won. And not any old trophy, it's an online trophy that I won. And the website was called Racing Frogs. So, actually, I thought I came first. I only came second. But then, who knows what happened to the person that came first? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So in 2006, I came second in the Frog Pond Cup. With my frog, Spawny Man. So, yeah, so that really does show you that I'm not just any old gamer. So with that, and with my credentials, and obviously credibility intact, let's have a look at the PS5. It won't be a young gamer's point of view on it. It's an old bold bloke that's basically having a beer, saying, let's have a look at the PS5. Cheers. So, first things first. It is a beast. It is a beast. Let's put a pint glass by the side of the little beauty. To be fair, pint glasses do come in different sizes. They're all a pint, but the height of them, that's not a good scale comparison. So, I won't use that. Let's have a look at the previous versions. Being an old boy like I am, here is the PS1. There it is. Well, the first PlayStation. So look at that. Look at that in comparison. I mean, admittedly, you have him like that. You have him on the floor. If you stand him on his edge, look at that. Considering how technology's come on, PS2, yeah, you see, young gamers on there, just getting straight in on this and reviewing it. You haven't got them to compare to, have you? Ain't got them. Look at that. There's the PS2. Dwarfs it. Absolutely dwarfs it. PS5, PS2. It is a large fella. It is. But I don't mind that. I think it looks pretty cool. It looks even better when you put it on. Let's switch the little beauty on. Now this is what's special. So I've switched her on. Look at that light. Look at the blue light. I mean, some people are just going on about the games and, you know, the actual console and what it looks like, the specs and stuff like that. No, I like them lights. Look at them. Beautiful. So you have got to say, it is quick. You're getting into gaming quick with this little beauty. You really are. Now, one thing that quite a few people don't say as well, that runs out of battery quick. Gonna have to plug her in. Anyway, and I think that is my biggest kind of wow about the console so far. The speed of loading the games is like, it's a game changer, quite literally. Now, obviously, the game that comes with it, old Astro Boy, innit? Old Astro's Playroom. He's the little fella, and this really shows off this controller. It really does. Although the old juice don't last that long, this little fella, he gives us a good old glimpse into what's going to happen in the future with games using this. It's the most impressive thing, I think, about the console. It's this controller. The feeling that you get through this when you're playing the games, second to none. I can honestly say the last time I smiled as much playing the very first game on a new console was back when I got that Mega Drive and started playing Altered Beast. That's how much this made me smile. And as a 40 odd year old, you know, that's pretty special because you lose that kind of, you know, enjoyment, don't you, as you get older. You buy a house, you get stresses. You need something to put a smile on your face. And this little beauty, it did just that. It's obviously very different when you're a kid, Christmas morning, opening a new console and just beaming like a beauty. This, I beamed with though. I did. Loaded this up and I beamed. I was like, wow, it's feeling good. Yeah, it's even got a controller demo here, and this honestly just feels so nice. The vibrations that you get when he's on different surfaces, the sound that's coming through it, the resistance on these triggers, it changes the game. It changes the whole game. Yeah, I can't, obviously, I mean, the adaptive triggers there, beautiful. This excites me the most because I just think games in the future using this will be something else. So I don't know if this is possible also, but there's been a lot said about streaming from this to your PS4. And I've done that, so I can have, you know, PS5 gaming in a different room. There's also been a lot said about the storage capabilities. So I did get an external SSD hard drive, transferred my PS4 games to this little beauty. Worked seamlessly, worked very well. However, I did buy the digital edition. So what I can't do is play those PS4 games that are on a disc. So Spider-Man, which I've got on a disc for the PS4, I can't play on this. Can't play on it. Like I say, there's been a lot said about the PS5 remote play app to the PS4. But why can't you do a remote app on this to play your PS4 games? In fact, I found a Sony page that says you can. Here it is. But I can't see it. It says on that page that basically along this menu here, you've got a remote play app. I ain't got no remote play app. So if someone knows how to get that, please let me know. Let me know. So the other good thing about it is I love the old menu screen. Absolutely beautiful. You know, how you see the big old picture and stuff like that. Quick press of the PlayStation button on your controller and you're whipping out to different games. So, I mean, you know, just a quick one. I'm back into Astro, resuming him. But I can just press any button, start to play. Here he comes, little fella, going about, bang, bang. This is pure nostalgia. This gives you a journey through PlayStation like you wouldn't believe. I've loved this game. I thought it's going to be a kid's game. It is no kid's game. Shows off this controller. It's short, but it's a little beauty. And this little fella, he's a top man. Top little youth. Don't pick on him, he's a good lad. Yeah, all right, mate. So there she blows. I mean, she's a lovely looking thing, I think. I mean, there's some detail there. Can't quite get it in on this, but it has got squares, triangles, circles and crosses, which I'm sure PS fans would already have seen. But yeah, it's just nice looking, I think. I have seen a bit of a joke image where they've got two plates, you know, two dinner plates stuck either side. You can always take the mick out of a bit of a modern design. You can see my switch there in the background. On the front, you know, you've got a USB-C port and a standard USB, but I think it is pretty, you know, futuristic style looking. I like it. Onto this little baby, the control pad. Like I say, I think this is the game changer. This is the little beauty that really makes the difference. That said, wouldn't want my kids handling it after firing down some jam sandwiches. Gotta be honest. That's why what I'm doing is I am streaming to my PS4 and letting them play on that. That's going to show every mark. Every mark. So what's this big bold reviewer going to give it out of 10? Well, simple as 10. 10 out of 10. Sony, I think you've nailed it with this beauty. I know it's unbelievably hard to get hold of at the moment. 350 notes though for this, or 330, whatever it was for the digital edition, I think was top marks. Gotta be honest, I think I did make my second mistake after that Amiga CD32 swappage in my console history. I probably should have got the CD version. Yeah, should have got the one with the disc drive. You know, that's life. That's life. But I'm still happy with this little beauty. I am fortunate enough that I've got it quite close to the old router, so I'm plugged in. It's quick. It's quick downloading. The updates are quick. There's only been a few so far, but, you know, they've been lightning. This, I think, looks beautiful. It plays beautiful. I'm looking forward to the future with it. To be honest, can't recommend it enough. But that said, you probably don't need me to recommend it enough. You know you already want one. Anyway. Anything else to say about it? Probably not. Anything else you want to know? Ask me in the comments. So, I might do a few more of these reviews. Let's be honest, have a pint and review something. This is the first one. I seem to review things that start with a P. So, if you've got a few suggestions, in fact, I might do a Pixel 5 next, because I have got a Pixel 5. If you're interested in my perfect draft reviews, have a look at those. If you want to see more reviews like this, subscribe, give us a like. That's it. Cheers. Anyway, so, for now, what I'm going to say is cheers, PS5 people. Cheers.